'cause I don't like myself anymore. I guess I'm just not interesting. I have no personality. I met a guy with cancer and he felt sorry for me. I've never been a social guy. I'm always making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. Help me make it out of bed, 'cause I am scared and sad. Help me make it through the day, 'cause there's nothing out there for me anymore. 'Cause I'm always coming in last place and getting dirt kicked in my face, and everyone pushes ahead of me and no one stops to care. And I curse the gods each day in vain for giving me this life of pain, when all I really need's a little hug. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself. Holy guacamole, holy guacamole, I just got hit by a car, and you're the one who swept me off my feet, pushed me in the street, left me in a coma. Guacamole me, guacamole you, I just got busted for drugs, and you're the one who sold me to the Fed, leaving me for dead, played me for a fool. Making guacamole, mix it in the bowlie, I just got mauled by a bear, and you're the one who covered me with honey. Thought it was so funny, how could you be so cruel? Take it. That's good. Captain Guacamole, Officer Stromboli, I just got shot in the face, and you're the one who had the smoking gun. Love is just no fun whenever I'm with you. Guacamole coma, Yuma, Arizona.
Testing 1, 2, 3, check. Test. Help. Help. Testing 1. Asparagus. Asparagus. Check. Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen. Uh-oh. Before we go any further here, I want to ask, can you hear me and can you see me? Hello to everybody. Okay, it looks like I can be heard and seen. Now what we're going to do is we have a very special guest here, Chef Reactions. And I'm going to bring him on right now, and I'm hoping that we have all the technical stuff sorted out this time. Last time we had a really tough time. So without further ado, here we go.
Help. Check. Help.
Chef Reactions, are you there?
I'm here. Help.
Well, was that an echo, or was that just you saying it a couple of times?
That's me saying it a couple of times.
Okay, good.
People are saying that I'm very quiet.
So it's actually working?
Henry, people are saying that my audio is very quiet.
Oh, okay. So I think I can fix that. Hold on. But that's where we started getting the echoes. So, let's try this. I'm ready to turn this off if it goes into echo hell again. Can you talk, please?
Help. Check.
Did that fix anything? Okay, Mr. Dubes McGee says yes. A lot of people are saying
Asparagus.
it's sounding good. I'll be honest with you, Chef Reactions. I'm completely traumatized by the 7 minutes that it took us to get the audio working on our last collaboration.
Was it only 7 minutes? It felt like way
Yeah.
longer.
No, it really did feel like an eternity. But if I'm not mistaken, everybody can see me, they can see you, they can hear me, they can hear you, and everything is actually hunky-dory, as my grandmother used to say.
Sure.
Anybody correct me if I'm wrong.
It's good to be back.
Okay? I still don't believe it. Okay, so we're good.
We're good, Henry. We're good. We're good to go. Last time we're gonna work on your pace a little bit this time. Last time we kind of got diverted. We got diverted off topic a little bit. We're gonna work it on your focus. We're gonna get on that. But again, who am I to tell you, a well-learned individual in the art of cooking, how to do your process? So that's on. I retract that statement right away.
I have mutual respect for you because you learned in a more traditional way. I learned from YouTube. And I actually learned not from learning on YouTube, but from teaching it on YouTube. So
you learned from teaching.
Learn by teaching. It's a really good method. If you ever want to learn something, start charging people lessons, and then read before every lesson.
That's a good idea.
Brush up. I taught violin lessons, and it was like week 8 before the kid ever even picked up a violin. We were just talking about theory and stuff.
That's smart. That's good.
So,
did you know how to play violin at the time, Henry?
No, but I was learning it, and I actually still never really got good at it. But I also learned a lot from Wikipedia.com. And
smart. It's a lot of good information on there.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about this dish. So Gordon Ramsay, who I'm sure you're familiar with, he's another one of these fellow chefs. And and by the way, Chef Reactions has a Twitch. We should everybody should get on Chef Reactions Twitch. And you show a lot of Gordon Ramsay videos, right? And comment on them?
Yeah. Right now, we're actually right smack dab in the middle of an old season of Hell's Kitchen. We watch that Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, twitch.tv/chefreactions.
Yep. Okay, yeah, because you're relatively new to Twitch.
Yeah, I've only been doing it like really since I started doing it a little bit last year, and then really since January of this year. No, December of last year.
Yeah, and like I said last time, I don't want to repeat myself, but the users of Twitch tend to be a higher intelligence level than most other social media. Certainly,
I agree.
yeah. I don't want. I hope they're not listening, but what are the chances of like the CEO of one of these other platforms, Instagram or whatever, actually watching this right now? I guess it could happen.
Not not likely.
Yeah,
Probably though.
so
It could happen.
I can pretty freely say that the Twitch users are more intelligent, and that's not necessarily a compliment. It's actually a disadvantage to be intelligent in the modern era, I think.
Okay.
Let's see. Disappointment says everyone has Twitch. I have something more like a nervous tick. See, there you go. That was some clever word humor that you wouldn't find on one of these other platforms. Dark Ages says, shit, everyone stopped making fun of Elon. He's here, I think. Oh, yeah, no, Twitter people are very smart, if he's watching right now. JSBX fan wants to know, does Chef Reactions have his coffee ready? Are you doing some coffee?
I am actually just drinking water today. Just drinking some water. I had a couple cups of coffee this morning, and I'm good. I'm good for the day. It's the afternoon
Oh,
where I
okay.
am now.
All right. Well, let's just talk a little bit about this dish, chicken cacciatori. So I found that Gordon Ramsay, I guess, invented it or made it famous at least. And I noticed other websites. The best
I
one that
don't.
I found was something called FriskyNeighbors.com, where I guess it's neighbors that share their favorite recipes with each other. And
I
I pulled it up.
You went to the website, Henry?
Yeah, it's make sure you do the .com. There's a .org that has other stuff, but okay. I'm going to go right to Wikipedia and in real time, Chef Reactions, tell me if any of the stuff that I'm reading here from Wikipedia about chicken cacciatore sounds suspect. Cacciatore in Italian means hunter, and it refers to
No,
a
that's
meal
true.
prepared with onions, herbs, usually tomatoes, often bell peppers, and we have all that shit here, and sometimes wine. I have a red wine vinegar.
Okay.
Is that going to work? Okay.
No, but
Okay. Well, it asks for vinegar and red wine, but I figure if I have red wine vinegar, that's just both of them.
I'm not mad at that thought process. Work
Okay.
smart, not hard.
Cool. Cacciatore is probably made with braised chicken. Why would they say probably? Oh, sorry. Popularly. Sometimes it's hard for me to read the small font. Cacciatore is popularly made with braised chicken or rabbit. Have you ever cooked rabbit?
No, I've eaten it a couple times though, but I've not cooked it.
Yeah, when I was in
I don't.
France, I had something called lapin à la moutarde, and I didn't know it was rabbit until afterward. And I'm not one of these people that likes exotic game type meats, but the French really like it. They eat brains. I had a French girlfriend years ago who was trying to find brains, and she went to the butcher and was like, "Do you guys have any brains?" And the guy was offended. Just a little miscommunication.
The butcher wouldn't. The
Well,
butcher
he
wouldn't
thought
give
that
her
she was
brain.
he thought that she was making an anti-American comment. Does anybody here have
Oh, okay.
brains? Does anybody know where I can find someone who's got some fucking brains around here? Because she was really
Got
trying
it.
to. But yeah, they eat cow brains.
Did-
Let's see. Computer, volume 10. Computer, what are cow brains called in culinary arts? too quiet. Computer, volume
So
10.
they're called brains.
Computer, what are cattle brains in the culinary arts?
Cattle brands in the culinary arts are specific logos or trademarks used to identify certain
Computer,
brands of
stop. All right, we're going to stop using the computer today. I don't know. I'm what you call a boomer, I guess, when it comes to all this technology. I'm not very good at it. But, all right, so I think that we've understood that it comes from the word hunter. So, and it makes sense. This is like, I had to hunt and gather a lot of ingredients. I'll show you. This is a lot of shit. I don't think I've ever had this much stuff to cook with. But
That is a lot of shit, Henry.
yeah, but we're gonna do it, and I have the chicken in the refrigerator too. So maybe we should just get right into it, shall we?
Let's rock and roll, Henry. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to learn. You know, like there's definite entertainment factor to what's going on here, but more than anything, I chef to chef, I'm excited to learn something from you. It's
yeah, I mean, I've been doing this a very long time, and I'm happy to be able to sort of exhibit my the knowledge that I've accrued. You know, sort of flap my proverbial peacock feathers in front of the world, I guess, is what
there you go. Strut
Gordon Ramsay would say. Okay, table. This is another one called Table for 7, and it says Gordon Ramsay chicken cacciatori. Quick and simple, this Gordon Ramsay kitchen cacciatori recipe yet manages to retain all the classic dishes' powerful flavor and lusciousness and softness. Chicken or rabbit, tomatoes, seasonal vegetables, a dash of vinegar are slow simmered to create a meal reminiscent of France's beef bourguignon. Okay?
I don't think that's how you say it.
And I'm going to say that Gordon Ramsay is famous for using a pasta, or for his starch, he uses something called placenta, which I wasn't even familiar with, but I guess it's sort of like some kind of a grain. And we're going to be using pasta, which it says it's totally fine to use pasta as well.
Yeah, I think you were thinking of polenta. I think you were
Polenta,
thinking
yeah. What did I say? Creamy polenta.
Placenta.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
Creamy placenta is something completely different.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll try to make sure that I use the correct terminology.
Although people do eat that, right?
Do they really?
People do eat placenta, from what I've been told.
The French.
I don't know.
We have a resident Frenchman here in the chat.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, Boursemvin.
Ooh la la.
Boursemvin, do you guys eat placenta in France? Sometimes you have to wait. He might be.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait a little bit.
Probably smoking.
He's busy eating placenta.
Cigarette and drinking wine, as the French are
Of course.
wont to do.
Okay. Wearing a striped shirt.
Gordon Ramsay 69420, who seems to be a Frenchman as well, says yes, we do. Okay.
There you go.
Real quickly, I'm just going to shout out a couple people. Art Vandelay, thanks for subscribing. Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Fondle My Balls. Anonymous, thank you so much. We love your work here. And 10 Carl resubscribed for 19 months. Happy Henry Hump Day. Fitch and Hat resubscribed for 21 months and says nearly 2 years later, and I've still got 1 foot in the kitchen and 1 foot in the grave. Thanks, Henry. Thank you guys. And What Up Brother has subscribed as well. So thanks, everybody. I'm over the moon just to the fact that it's only 18 minutes in and we haven't had technical issues. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start making this shit. So let's start right off the bat with prepping our ingredients. We want 1 medium yellow onion chopped. Well, I happen to have that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to make some space. I've got a lot of space being taken up. This is my broth. I'm not going to go through all the ingredients because we kind of did with the Wikipedia entry.
Sure.
But I'm going to grab yet another cutting board situation here. And we're going to take our onion and I'm going to grab... Now, how do you feel about knives? Like, I personally try to reduce the amount of sharp objects in the kitchen because I found that you can injure yourself, and most of the time you can use a very dull knife. What's your take on that?
The total opposite. Like, you're more likely to cut yourself with it. It's counterintuitive, but you're more likely to cut yourself with a duller knife than a sharper knife.
Is that so? I never heard that.
Yeah, because you have less control, things might slip around and stuff like that. But you definitely need a sharp knife.
Well, this is one of the sharper ones that I use.
Oh, a paring knife. That's good. A tiny little paring knife.
Yeah, and then but what I do is I use these guys. Nothing's going to cut through these.
Are those chainmail or those?
No,
those
these
are
aren't chainmail. I pull that out every now and then if I have to get real sharp. But
right.
These were gifted to me by the users here on Twitch. Further
really?
exhibiting the intelligence because they know that safety comes first. And then the other thing is, some people think this is a bit much. For a little while, I was trying to deal with the issue of onion radiation happening in my eyes and causing me to cry.
Okay.
It's okay to cry while you're cooking onions, but you can reduce it.
Yeah.
Oh, Borsenvin's here. Borsenvin donated $5. Wow, thank you, Borsenvin. And it says here, Henry, this question is for you to react at Chef's reaction, reacting at my message. How would he rate the qualité of the ingredients that you use? Well, we've got a few of them up here. I mean, we've got certainly my... this is a big old onion.
Let's see the spread. It's a decent onion.
This is my
everything
thyme.
else is in cans and whatnot. But like a lot of people think I have a problem with canned products or pre-done products. I don't. I just like, what are those shit takes? Shit take mushrooms.
Yeah, shit take mushrooms. You've heard of the spit take.
Spit take, yeah.
Yep, this is a shit take.
But those are the shit take. So that's when you're trying to hold in a shit, or you're taking a shit and somebody makes you laugh.
Yeah, I don't know the etymology. I'm sure Wikipedia has a whole thing about it. My cat, by the way, just took a shit, which is ironic. Or
ironic,
is that irony or is that? Oh no, he's butt scooting now, and I'm missing it on camera. That would have been good for viewership.
Yeah, for sure. Riveting.
JB's Tech, thanks for cheering 34 bits. Lil Baby Bulldog subscribed. Okay. All right. So what I do, I started doing goggles for a little while, but it wasn't really cutting it. So I've been using this. This is basically
a welder's mask?
Yeah, this is a welder's helmet.
To cut onions?
And nothing's getting through here. This is designed to keep sparks from, burning somebody's face. So you can certainly cook onions with it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
That makes sense to me. Yeah.
Now, let's go down here. Let me cross this. Something like this. Okay.
Oh, wow. All right.
So the other thing, a lot of people online were telling me that I was supposed to peel the onion ahead of time. But as my students will tell you, that's adding an extra step because you'll notice when I cut it, the peel, the outside skin comes off anyway. So why would I waste time?
Why Why are you cutting it like a mango?
I don't know. I just kind of cut it. I mean, some people have.
Sure, yeah, no.
Everybody's got their own
I,
technique.
I'm not questioning your process. I'm trying to learn.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to do it. Because I wouldn't do it that. Just because I wouldn't do it that way doesn't mean it's the wrong.
Yeah, remember, I'm self-taught, but Eddie Van Halen was self-taught on the guitar. And
Sure.
You don't see a lot of people saying that he wasn't good, but he had an unorthodox technique.
David Lee Roth was
I think he was self-taught as well. A lot of times, the teacher becomes the student.
Oh yeah,
And
for
the
sure.
father is child of the man. Something like that. All right. I think we're
Something
doing
like
okay.
that, yeah.
So we're just chopping the onions. We're trying to get into a fine dice situation here. Do you ever decore your
more
onion,
like
or do you just put the core in there?
I take the root. I take the root off. Yeah.
Also, I want to tell the
Jesus Christ.
students out there that you don't, if you feel intimidated when you watch me, cut these things super fast, you have to remember, I've been doing this for 12 years. Well, I've been teaching it for 12 years. I've been cooking for about 7 years. But
What you're teaching them right now is it's called, they're actually known as paysan cuts or peasant cuts.
okay.
All different different shapes and sizes.
But once you cook it, it's all going to be basically onion. And
It's all still onion right now.
yeah, and the dish that we're making here actually is going to serve, I think, 4 people or just one guy and his cat for
Sure.
several days.
Shout out roast beef. Can we see roast beef on camera this week? Is that possible, or
yeah, let's see.
or is he
where
still
he's
kind
at
of
right
camera shy?
Ironically, or maybe unfortunately, I still seem to be crying a little bit from. So maybe the Onyo helm isn't good enough.
Me
Maybe,
too, almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I need to actually step up my onion protection game. That
You know those little finger caught condom things
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they have, like when you cut your finger. They should make those for your eyes. You then just cover your eyes, and then it wouldn't.
Yeah, put them over
Just
your
coat
eyes.
your eyes and
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
cover your entire eyeball with it.
That could be a product that we could pitch to a venture capitalist. Art Vandelay says, fucking gardening gloves and a welding mask, LOL. Well, you can LOL all you want, but we're going to come up with some delicious food here, and then you're not going to be LOLing. You're going to be LOEing.
Yeah, LOL, he means learning out loud.
Yes. Okay. Let's see what our next order of business is here. We've chopped our onion. We're going to have to do basically the same thing with the green pepper. I'm going to grab another cutting board because we've already used up that one. So let's go down here. I don't need to have this on.
So Henry, you have a decent amount of counter space in your kitchen.
I do.
Yeah. Rather than having all this shit crammed around this cutting board and now kind of shoehorning another cutting board in behind this other cutting board.
Yeah.
Why would you just kind of utilize some more of your counter space? Again, chef to chef, just trying to learn your process, just trying to think, just trying to get in the head of a fellow chef.
Well, I guess because I have a bunch of other shit. I've got my bread and my coffee maker, and I just I think the way it was described to me is that your kitchen is sort of like your garage, where you're gonna fill it up to the maximum amount of space that you have for it. If you added 2 feet of counter space. Well, guess what? Now that's going to be all filled up with more junk. So I don't know.
Sure.
Like if you get,
But like,
yeah. Like if you get a new
Like,
car,
you could have used this.
you've got 2 cars now
y-
in your garage. You're going to find that
Right.
you have less space. So then you get rid of a car, and then now you find that you just filled up all that space with more junk. I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, are you going to use a different cutting board for every item that you need to cut today, or
I do have to for chicken
is
because
that again?
I was reading on Martha Stewart how they have there's some kind of airborne contaminants or foodborne or whatever in,
Right.
in
But-
chicken. So I'm going to have to use a different one.
I'm just trying to figure out the logic behind cutting the onions on one cutting board and then busting out another smaller cutting board.
Well, 'cause I ran out of
to
room
cut
on
the
that
green
one.
pepper.
I don't have any room to
Right.
do my magic.
Sure. No, that makes sense.
Oh, I guess I could put it on another plate or something. That's not a terrible.
I mean,
idea.
that's kind of what I was thinking. But I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to learn
Okay.
something.
Well, we're almost there. Let's go ahead. You know what? I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to use. I have garlic. Let's see. We have the mushrooms. There is garlic somewhere. I have butter. I've got 2 butters.
2 butters.
There was garlic. I've got these tomatoes. Oh, actually, no. The garlic is in here. And then,
It's a fucking magic trick.
yeah. Sometimes if I want to keep something fresh, I'll put it in the butter dish because it seems like a perfect place to do that. It's surrounded, you know.
Yeah.
So here's my garlic technique here. I basically just peel the
Holy shit.
outside of skin off until you have a clear sort of and maybe we can get a close-up of this.
Yeah.
Can be time consuming. This is a big old garlic. Let's put this one aside. Now we just want to do the same with this. This is probably according now. Again, I haven't been professionally trained as a cook, but I imagine this is what they teach you. No, I mean,
You're probably the only person in the world that I would recommend using garlic.
garlic. Not
Yeah.
sure if I'm familiar.
Anybody in from my chat, garlic emojis, garlic emotes in the chat if you're here from my
Oh,
feed.
nice.
Garlic is pre-chopped garlic in a jar. Oh shit, we got the press. Let's go.
Yeah. No, this thing is a badass. I bought this at the Bed Bath and Beyond, which isn't even a store anymore. I think it went down to like Bed Bath, and then it was just bed, and then now it's nothing.
Yeah,
So here.
it's just a letter B now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just.
You always want to have a plan, too. So I'm going to put this here,
Absolutely.
and then you'll cut it down here. That's our garlic. This part's
Very
a pain
nice.
in the ass, but we have to scrape this out and get it, try to make sure it's not going to get in your food, right? And then we're
Right.
going to do the same thing here.
For people in the chat, not Henry, because again, Henry, I'm not trying to tell you how to
Sure.
how to do your process, but people in the chat, a big tip that I can give any home cook is to kind of clean as you go. Maintain your workstation a little bit tidier than this.
Okay.
It'll save you a lot of time in the long run.
Okay, I can smell that garlic.
But again, that's for everybody else. That's,
Well, everybody's got
that's not
their
for you.
own technique, right?
For sure, absolutely.
So this is my chicken broth. That's ready. 128 can of crushed tomatoes. This is a 28 ounce. This is it. This is the whole thing right here. So now we just need our can opener. And by the way, guys, do yourself a favor and get a can opener. You don't know how much time you're saving by having one of these things. You know, I remember for years I was trying to open this thing with no can opener, and it's just almost impossible. So here's what you want to do.
How were you opening it? How were you trying to open it?
Oh, I had all kinds of utensils from my toolbox. I had like one of those needle nut nose pliers things, and it was a mess. But anyway, this makes it so much better.
Sure. So much easier.
Yeah, this is good. This is called crushed tomatoes. It looks a little more like just tomato sauce, but who am I to judge them? We also want 8 ounces of mushrooms. So I don't know how much I have left of my shit takes. These might be left over from when we did our other dish, the beef Wellington. But it doesn't say. Oh, it says
That was a month ago.
Okay.
Those aren't leftovers from that, is it?
But don't fungus basically last forever? I mean,
Nope.
I always learned
No,
that fungus was going to be here after humans are long gone. Because they, I don't know, even after a nuclear war, like in Chernobyl, they still have fungus growing on shit.
Right.
I mean, it's mutated or something, but I know everybody out there has some questions. Like, for example, Purple Donut Filling is Fruit here asks, what animal has the best tasting placenta? Ooh, well, that's probably a question for our resident Frenchman, Borsonvin. Okay. Totatile says, I have a hazmat suit on hand. Can I use this to cut onions?
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not spending too much time putting the suit on and off and everything, because remember, time is money, especially if
You got to make shit. You also have to make sure that it's airtight around the arms and the feet.
Oh yeah.
If you've ever seen the movie Outbreak.
Oh yeah.
With Dustin Hoffman, if there's even the slightest chance that there's a leak, you're gonna cry from the onions.
Yeah. Coda1V9 says, what endangered species do you think tastes the best? I'd say maybe the spotted owl. Erotica Reading Rabbi says...
That's a good one.
And Chef,
White tiger.
Which tiger?
White tigers.
Oh,
white tigers
yeah.
are very, very delicious.
Erotica Reading
What's
Rabbi.
my beef with garlic? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you there, Henry, but somebody wants to know my beef with garlic. I'll tell you my beef with garlic. It's a shitty quality substitute for an ingredient that takes 5 seconds to cut up. Most of it's made in Chinese prisons, and some of it contains like bleach and formaldehyde. So there you go. That's why.
Okay. And I want to make this very clear. The views expressed here by Chef Reactions are not necessarily the views that are held by we here at Henry's Kitchen, and by we I mean myself and my cat Roast Beef. But we do like to think of ourselves as sort of a safe space for sharing ideas and information. So to the best that we can, we want to give Chef Reactions a chance to say what his opinion is on garlic. But sure. I don't want to discourage garlic companies from sponsoring the show in the future. Okay.
I want to discourage garlic companies from sponsoring me. Fuck garlic. There you go. You don't have to sponsor me. You can sponsor Henry, though. Henry deserves it. He likes garlic.
Garlic, I'm giving you an open door policy. Nella Wallen says, can I make this if I only have flour? That's a question for Chef Reactions. Now, there is something called all-purpose flour. And I assume
Sure.
what they mean is that you can use it for maybe not all purposes, but certainly multiple purposes. Otherwise, they wouldn't call it that. But what are some of the things you can do?
So
can you wash your windows with it, or lube your engine, or?
No, pretty much. No, pretty much just only the regular purposes of flour.
Big Nesky
Like that-
says
that's
all
all
intensive
purpose.
purposes. Okay. All right. Well, I think we've got all of our ingredients prepped. It says here, let's start with instruction number 1. First, I want to make sure that we're on time here. Computer, how much time is left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Okay. Well, I thought that there was a timer. So, computer, set
You almost
timer
got me.
for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
Okay. And then that's going to be our time to do a quick little ad. So, all right. So I'm already having difficulty here. It says, in a Dutch oven. So Dutch oven was always a term for if you, isn't that like if you fart under the sheets or something?
Under the covers.
So what are they talking
Yeah.
about here?
That you have to.
Computer, what is a
You should
Dutch
be in bed
oven?
with it, right?
A Dutch oven is a heavy cooking pot made of materials such as cast iron or enamel on iron.
Oh shit!
It
No
has a
way.
heavy cover. Dutch ovens are used for cooking a wide range of
I've
dishes,
got it.
including stews, soups,
That's not
and
a
baked
Dutch oven.
goods. They are a staple in many kitchens and are known for their durability and heat retention properties.
Got it. All right. Well, I mean, I had no idea, but this is a Dutch oven, apparently. It literally fits the description perfectly. I just called it
It's
a
not.
pan.
It's not that.
Piss Baby says, hey, Henry, thanks for the birthday song. As of yesterday, I can legally drink. What would you recommend? Oh,
Piss baby.
well, this is a great question. I think when I first became of drinking age, the gin and tonic was my favorite because it was basically like a transition between drinking, some kind of sparkling water. And so try that, and it's clear. Eddie Van Halen, who I'm obviously a big fan of, famously, his science teacher told him when he was 11 years old that his breath smelled like alcohol, and said stick to alcohols that are clear because they're not as smelly on the breath or something like that. Terrible science teacher, but not
Sure.
a bad advice giver when it came to the alcohol subject. He was in the wrong field, I guess. Okay.
Or if you're just starting out drinking, you want to ease into it. You're still like you're graduating from Kool-Aid to alcohol. Then I suggest Hypnotic, because that shit is
yeah.
1000% sugar. I don't know if they still make that. That was a reference from fucking 2002.
Yeah, I remember having a very particular evening where I wasn't feeling good about what was going on in my life. I went to a bar and I looked at the top shelf and there was this blue drink that was like neon almost. And it was called Hypnotic. And I remember asking the bartender, what's Hypnotic? And literally that's the last thing I remembered for 3 days. So be careful with that one. I still don't know what it is, but I know that
Got hypnotized.
I don't know what happened after I asked that question. Husky Boyo, my beer drink, he's our resident drawer and beer drinker. Husky Boyo, beer before liquor, you'll be fine. Yeah, so back in my day, you used to have, Bud Light, Miller Lite, all these types of beers, but now in the last 15 years, there's been an explosion. IPAs, Helles, Pilsners, whatever. And so, yeah, but I'm glad you're getting into booze. It's a wonderful world to experiment with. You've got a lot of good years ahead of you. As you get older, you might want to curb it a little bit, or don't do it at all. I don't know what I'm supposed to say to keep an audience here. Millpool says, beer before liquor, you've never been finer. Yeah, so you can have a little rhyme scheme like that to remember. Okay, A lot of people going down memory lane with the hypnotic here. Caffeinated Cat says, "Hey,
Oh yeah.
Henry and Chef, my work just had a chili cook-off. My friend didn't win, but what's a good way to upgrade your chili?" I just want to tell you, Chef Reactions, that Caffeinated Cat watches from work. So, Caffeinated Cat is literally with her coworkers, boss, everybody. So let's see if
Chili
we can
cook-off.
answer that one.
Where does she work? A firehouse? What?
I'm not sure, but
why are they having a chili cook-off at this? Is it a firehouse actually?
Let's see if we can get an answer. Caffeinated Cat says
Caffeinated
yes.
Cat.
Yes, we are all here. So I guess it is a firehouse. My friend
Wow,
didn't
perpetuating
win.
the stereotype.
What's a good way to upgrade your chili? Okay, in 30 seconds or less, what is your advice to Caffeinated Cat about how to up your chili game?
Taste as you go. That's all I can say. You should always be tasting whatever you're making. That way you know what adjustments to make, and that's the best advice that I can do. Somebody
good.
says no beans. You can put beans in your chili if you want. Who gives a fuck? Do whatever you want. Live your life.
Yeah, no, people get real pissed off about that.
Yeah. We're gonna start cooking anytime soon, Henry,
yeah,
or what's going
you're
on
absolutely
here?
right. Let's do it because we've got these ingredients sitting here. In our Dutch oven, we want 2 tablespoons of olive oil over medium heat. Season the chicken on both sides. Fuck, there's going to be some work here. So everybody calm down. We're going to have to move this stuff aside.
Jesus Christ.
This is... there's so much stuff here. It's just absolutely outrageous. I'm literally putting...
If only someone could have foreseen this happening.
I know. I'm literally putting onions on top of my coffee maker at this point. Okay, it's time for the chicken. So let's do that. I'm also going to get my Dutch oven
Was
going.
that a sin?
What's that?
Was that a nicotine? I thought there was a nicotine pouch on the cutting board.
It wouldn't be completely out of the ordinary, but I'm gonna try to pull this into frame. We can get maybe about 3/4 of this in there. I have an infrared stove, and I'm gonna put it on
infrared.
1100. And it says we want 2 tablespoons of our olive oil. So I've got olive oil here.
Oh shit!
Now here's a question for you, Chef Reactions. These types of like spoons
Sure.
here, right? Are these just sort of training wheels for amateur chefs? I mean, after a certain point, you just kind of know what a tablespoon is, right? I mean, at what point do you throw these things away?
Yeah. Never. It's still a good idea to always have them. Like for baking, they're especially important. Like oil, not so much. Like I wouldn't necessarily worry about how much oil, but I don't think that's open, Henry.
Okay. Yeah, there's one of these
Yeah.
things. I don't think the technology that they're using is very good. 2 tablespoons oil. It also wants me to pat the chicken dry, so let's go ahead and do that now.
Sure.
We're gonna let that cook. Pat dry with paper towels. So now I also read that you're not supposed to wash your chicken because that spreads the foodborne illnesses. I read that on Marcus
I agree.
Stewart. Okay. So I'm just going to take a piece of chicken here. And I guess we're just going to pat it. The paper towel is sticking to the chicken. I don't know if there's any way to avoid that, but computer, is it bad to
You should
eat?
pat it. instead of pressing it into
According
it.
to
Like you just
Mayo
kind of like
Clinic,
pat.
a healthy
pat
eating
it,
pattern and an appropriate calorie level will help you get the nutrition you need.
Computer, stop. I don't know what that was. Computer, is it okay to eat a little bit of paper towel?
Oh yeah, you're fine. It won't kill you.
Dead silence.
I've
on-
eaten
on
worse.
the- I mean, it's organic, right?
For sure.
And I guess this paper
Isn't
towel
technically everything organic?
is now contaminated as well. Okay, so it
Yeah,
wants
so you're cutting
me
board.
to season the chicken on both sides with salt and pepper. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to leave
What's
it
that?
in this
Wash your hands?
plastic. Oh yeah, always wash your hands after touching food. Pepper. I'll flip it.
Okay, you didn't wash your hands.
Pepper. You can go crazy on the pepper for this. And let's get some salt in there. This is going to be delish.
Oh shit, man.
Always wipe in between. You don't want to contaminate your salt and pepper shakers because you use those.
For sure.
All right. Let's move. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel here. It wants us to add the chicken in a single layer after the oil is heated and shimmering. I can't.
Henry,
Yes?
let's take a moment here. Let's get rid of those the onion peel, the green pepper waste there. You can just get rid of that. That doesn't need to be
Okay.
there anymore.
Is that driving people nuts?
No, maybe not people, but just maybe me. Again, I'm just trying to share a couple of chef to chef tips.
Yeah.
That's all. Not trying to change your process, but
No, actually, I
Just
think
trying to-
this is going to turn out to be a good idea because we've just saved a lot of space.
probably. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and put this away. Throw that away. Now, Gordon Ramsay says that this only takes 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I call bullshit. Okay,
We're already at 51.
yeah, here we go. So now it says, add the chicken, cook for 3 or 4 minutes, but how? Oh, medium high. So it's 1100. This infrared stove or whatever doesn't tell you. So 1100, the halfway mark would be 550. That would be medium. So I'm gonna go 700. But it sucks that you have to do
Makes
all kinds
sense.
of math. You would do 6?
No, I said it makes sense.
Oh yeah. Okay, so here we go. Without further ado, let's start cooking.
There it is.
And it wants 3 to 4 minutes on the first side until browned, turning the chicken as little as possible to provide a beautiful sear.
Yep.
All right, so far we're in agreement about how this is going. Basically.
Ish, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna. I think I
Again,
can recycle.
I'm here to learn. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to learn.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate when you give me a tip every now and then. That idea of cleaning the workspace turned out to be a good idea. I'm gonna take this plastic here and recycle it for my environmentalist friends out
Have you
there.
washed your hands? Have you washed your hands with soap and water since handling all that chicken? Or
Well, no, I haven't. Good call.
I'm just I am asking only so I can understand the process here.
Yeah. We're good. Computer, how much time left on the timer?
You have 6 minutes and 10 seconds left on your 20-minute timer.
Oh, yeah, but how much? But we didn't do a timer for this now. Does anybody remember how long ago I put this on here? Computer, set timer for 3 minutes.
Second timer, 3 minutes, starting now.
Borsenvin says just has chicken can give you salmonella, salmon can give you chickenella. Remember to sanitize,
well, there you
folks. I wasn't aware of that, but it sounds like that could be dubious. But who am I? Okay. Gumme Kande resubscribed for 16 months. Thank you. Thank you, Madno6, Piss Baby, and Beelzebub gifted a tier 1 sub to Piss Baby. Thank you, Beelzebub.
There you go.
Now, do you ever think about this? Because I know that you're relatively new to Twitch. And the thing that I could never wrap my head around is just like, what if somebody came up to me 5 years ago and said, Henry, one day you're going to say the words, Beelzebub gifted a tier 1 sub to Piss Baby.
Piss Baby, yeah.
I would say, A, who are you and how do you know my name? But B, I'll tell you in 5 years, and it turns out that's exactly what happened. Orson Ben giving out a bunch of gift subs. Thank you for that. To Mr. Chandi and Labat Viking and Dubes McGee resubscribing. Simply says, how did you become so genius? Well, it's a lot of YouTube videos. Calicus resubscribed, 16 months, and says, time flies when you're cooking, Henry. Yeah, 16 months, that's amazing. Lord Pounce-A-Lot rated our channel with 4 viewers. Thank you, Lord Pounce-A-Lot. All right. Computer, how much time left?
You have 2 timers. A 3-minute timer with about 1 minute left and a 20-minute timer with about 4 minutes left.
Okay, always good to look ahead. Let's see what our next order of business is going to be. We're going to turn the chicken to provide a beautiful sphere. Flip and brown the other side for 2 minutes. Put the chicken on a wide, clean dish. Jay Vergs, thank you so much. Gifted 5 subs. I very much appreciate that. If anybody wants to know how many subs we've got, we have 412. Probably the lowest we've ever had, but you know what? I'm grateful. Anyway.
I got about 150. Shout out those 150 people.
Well, let's do another shout out to Chef Reactions Twitch channel. It's just simply at Chef Reactions. All one word. He's new on here, but he's showing not only Henry's Kitchen videos, which is awesome, thanks for that, but also Gordon Ramsay videos. Basically all the big chefs. Computer, stop.
Yeah, we just watch a bunch of random shit.
Okay, let's go ahead and flip these. I'm going to use the slotted spoon for this. And it wants us to do it for 2 minutes.
Oh, fuck, dude. No, they're not ready yet. They're not ready yet.
They're not ready? What do you mean?
They can. First of all, that's a pooper scooper for a cat litter, right?
I don't know. It was just sitting
See
here.
how that? Yeah. See how that? When you sear something off in a pan like that, it has a tendency to stick until it's ready to be turned.
Oh, really?
It'll naturally kind of release. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Just I've already flipped them anyway.
Yeah, fuck it. We're here.
So would you say this Gordon Ramsay guy's full of shit? Because he told me 4 minutes. I had it on medium. We did the math like precisely. I don't know what could have happened. Here's
the thing about cooking and temperatures and all that stuff. 4 minutes on. Maybe he was doing it on a gas oven. On a gas stove. His medium high. You know what I mean? Like there's so many variables here. The pan that he was using. There's a lot of variables here that it's kind of a guideline. Here's what I say about recipes. Recipes are like a roadmap. You can get to the same destination kind of via multiple avenues. I also say that baking is more like being an architect. One wrong move and the whole fucking orphanage comes crashing down. Yeah.
Okay, well, I flipped them anyway because I was tired of waiting. Let's see here. I guess computer set timer for 2 minutes.
Second timer, 2 minutes, starting now.
Let's check our recipe here. Flip and brown the other side for 2 minutes. Put the chicken on a wide, clean dish. The chicken does not need to be fully cooked, it says. That's music to my ears.
There you go.
So it doesn't have to be cooked. That's great. The question is, do we put it on a paper towel? Because the paper towel will definitely stick. Ouija board, spelled B-O-R-E-D, says those kids probably used garlic anyways.
Yeah. Fuck 'em.
Space Ghost
Mr.
8
Chandi
says,
clarifying that it needs to be cooked when you eat it.
Oh, okay.
Apologies.
Computer stop. Okay, so I'm going to let these cook. We're going to do an ad for anybody who's not a subscriber, which apparently is most people in the world. We're going to show a 3-minute ad that you'll see. It's the only way that we can do this, and there's not going to be any cooking explaining going on, so you're not going to miss anything. But Chef Reactions and I might just chat a little bit. So here we go. 3-minute ad starting now. I guess the reason it's taking us a little bit more time than it does when Gordon Ramsay makes it is we're sort of explaining the process as we go, and that takes time.
That's one of the reasons, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to what's happening next here. There's going to be... We're going to turn the heat down to medium. 1 tablespoon remaining oil, onion, bell pepper, etc. Okay, so we're basically going to put a lot of this stuff into a bowl into our Dutch oven to simmer. Computer stop. Let's see. Does anybody have questions for Chef Reactions?
Probably not.
It says
My
here,
standard response.
It says JB's text says, "How do I get rid of type 1 diabetes?"
Ozempic.
I think insulin, right? Oh, is Ozempic? Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. I don't even know what that shit does.
Okay, everyone type Forson says, "Whoa, Henlips1 once bought a hot dog for Michelle Pfeiffer. The unsubs are missing out." No, that never happened, and this kind of... There's some people out there that try to make the unsubs feel like they're missing out on really amazing information. Erotica Reading Rabbi wants to know, what is your third favorite lizard? I'd be lucky to come up with 3. I mean, there's the...
Iguana.
Iguana, a chameleon, right? And then maybe an alligator?
Iguana's number 3 for me.
I'd say an alligator for me. Or a crocodile. Thank you, Beelzebub, for gifting 5 Tier 1 subs. Amazing. And Borson been tipped $5 and says, Chef Reactions, what's a dish you consider to have mastered?
Fuck. Normally I would say like none, because every time you make something you can get better than the last time I was making. So like I wouldn't consider anything myself a master at anything, but I make a pretty mean braised beef short rib.
Braised beef what? I'm sorry?
Short rib.
Short rib. Oh, okay.
Or braised beef rib, not short rib.
Beef rib. That sounds amazing. Borsenvin says, I love that answer. Active Shooter
Or
Dan
antibiotics.
says, can you ask Chef Reactions if antibiotics are better for you or probiotics?
I mean, it depends. Depends.
What you're using it for. It's
Do you have pneumonia? Then antibiotics.
Yeah, if you have a bacterial pneumonia, it would be antibiotics. If you're just trying to help your general wellness, then it'd be probiotics. I really don't know. Hank Boozle says amateur biotics. Okay, everybody, we're getting off a little bit here. Let's go back.
Oh, we're getting off, all right.
We're back in. Everybody's back. Let's take a look at what's happening here. We've got our chicken. I'm going to very delicately take it and I'm going to transfer it to our plate. Now remember, it says very clearly in the recipe that this does not need to be fully cooked. And I like that.
Well, you nailed it. You nailed it in that. Okay.
This is coming off easier than the other one. We must have left it on longer, I guess. Okay. Now, let's take a look at what is next. I'm guessing we're going to start putting these veggies in here. Turn the heat down to a medium, and so that's going to be 550 because it goes to 1100. Of course, it's increments of 200, so I have to do 600.
That'll be fine.
Wow, it doesn't even have 500. Okay, so we've turned it down. 1 tablespoon of olive oil again. So let's go ahead and use this thing again.
You don't need to measure that out. You
don't think I need to measure
what you
it?
think? No, not for oil. You're an experienced chef. You should know by now.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do
this. It's not open. It's not open.
Just sort of generally put it around here. I think we didn't use enough oil the first time, and that's why the chicken stuck.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay, so we've
See?
added the oil.
There you go.
Now, 1 tablespoon remaining oil, onion, bell pepper, cook for 4 minutes. 1 tablespoon, okay, onion, bell pepper. Okay, we've got the bell pepper and the onion, which I had sitting on top of my
It's the
coffee
quietest
maker.
sizzle I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, so bell pepper. So we want to cook for 4 minutes here.
It's probably going to take a little bit longer than that,
Do
Henry.
you think so?
Yeah.
Now, why do you say that?
Just because of how they're cut. It's just a hunch.
Okay. Well, do you think I should cover it?
That's up to you.
It smells
I
good.
think at this point, yeah.
I'm liking that onion smell. All right, let's put that here. Maybe this would be a good time to chat a little bit.
Sure.
Jay
What's
Verge-
next, Henry? What's the next step, though, so we know? So, like, that's a piece of advice that I learned from you. I said always look ahead.
Okay.
Let's look ahead to what the next one would be, because I'm just curious what the next one would be.
We're going to cook it for 1 minute after we've cooked it for 4 minutes. So it literally says cook for 4 minutes, and then step 5 is cook for 1 minute. So they could have just said cook for 5 minutes. Or until the
Space
garlic
Ghost,
is
good call.
aromatic. Okay, so I'm having a problem already with this website, friskyneighbors.com, where we've got the Gordon Ramsay recipe. It's problematic because it says cook for 1 minute until the garlic is aromatic, but it never says to put the garlic in there. So that's a problem. And then it says before adding the garlic. Cook for 1 minute or until the garlic is aromatic before adding the garlic. These frisky neighbors are doing some other kind of stuff while they're writing this, I think. So we're going to have to just assume that what they meant was put the garlic in there and cook for 1 minute, I think. And then it says pour in the chicken broth, boil, stir in the tomatoes, everything, 10 minutes. Put the chicken thighs into the tomato sauce, cook another 20 minutes. Remove the chicken to a chopping board. Yeah, we're going to be good. You do not need to cut it. It says the chicken thighs can alternatively be served whole. Oh, we forgot all about our pasta. We're going to do that. That's going to be a piece of cake. So,
there's pasta that needs to be cooked?
yeah.
So you should probably get a pot of water going.
Okay. That's easy peasy. Do you use hot tap water when you do pasta? Or do you use filtered cold?
Just use plain old tap water. Hot or cold, doesn't really matter.
So I'm just going to guesstimate how much. It says cook according to the package directions. What the hell does that mean?
As a general rule of thumb, you want to go no higher than the rivets on the inside of the pot there.
I think this is a rivetless pot.
Well, no, where the handle attaches. You see that?
Yeah. Oh.
On the inside.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't even know if I need to go that high.
There you go.
That's pretty high. Let's go ahead and get the other camera on this pasta in case anybody wants to see how we're doing that. I want to give a shout out to my technical advisor, Quanto, who apparently can't be here at the moment because he's breeding a family. But we're going to try to do the best we can without him. There we go. So we'll wait for that to boil. Let's see how these veggies are doing. So, Chef Reactions, do you find cooking to be relaxing or stressful?
It depends. I when I was still working in professional kitchens, it was stressful. Cooking at home is very relaxing.
What is your take on flames? Do you prefer open flames, or do you like this is an infrared stove?
Infrared, yeah. I prefer gas stoves. I prefer open flame gas stove, but you can boil water very fast. But also in infrared, water boils very quickly as well. So.
Oh, really?
But I prefer gas. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think these veggies are pretty good at this point. We ready to move forward here? We're not taking them out. So let's see what it says here. Oh yeah, that thing about the garlic. So we're going to put the garlic in there now. Computer, set timer for 1 minute.
1 minute, starting now.
And then I'm just going to try to stir it all around, I guess. So garlic has some health benefits. King's Entourage says, do we have an Amazon link to that special spatula? I want one of those for my kitchen. I just sort of found this around the house. I don't know even where I picked it up. But I think every kitchen should have a slotted spatula of some sort. Because what it is when you pick it up, the liquid falls through here. So you're not picking up all the liquid. It's like a strainer.
Gives everything a nice ammonia smell too.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be a minute and a second, and then I'm going to pour in my chicken broth. Have you noticed how many times Gordon Ramsay says literally?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Computer stop. Yeah, when I was researching for this video, I noticed he was saying it constantly. Yeah, so we've already got people, you know, like Josiah Everhart says spatula strainer combo is pretty smart. It is. It's somebody needs a raise. Whoever came up with that as the idea for their line of cooking products. Okay, what's happening? What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna pour in our chicken broth, which I can't find right now. Does anybody remember where I put the chicken broth? I know I had it.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Let's see here, just to kind of show people where we're at.
Oh shit, body cam footage.
Oh, what have we here? There it is.
There we go.
Okay, we got our water boiling. Okay. You know, another way to do this sometime would be to just have you tell me about, you know, do your braised short beef rib or whatever, and just sort of guide me and dictate to me what the actions are. We could try that sometime.
It's a good idea, actually.
Maybe I could get it as good
But
as
again,
you.
I don't like, you know, who am I to tell you what to do? I only give my opinions, and but at the end of the day, you're a chef just like I am, Henry.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter how you get there. Like you said earlier, you know, you're going to arrive at the same result no matter what type of education
Sure,
you
yeah.
have.
The exact same result.
Yeah. Okay, pour in the chicken broth, which we did. Boil. Stir in the tomatoes with their juices. So let's get that ready.
Holy shit.
This is a... oh, that's smart. Whoever dumb idea to stack a bunch of tomatoes and make it like a Jack-in-the-Box joke. All right. Like there's literally this tiny plate. That's really the dumbest packaging I think I've ever seen. How do we do this? I think I'm going to use that other part of it. I don't want to diss whoever the company is that made that, but that was really dumb. I think maybe I opened it upside down. I don't know. Well, no shortage of work to do while we're waiting for that 3 minutes of boiling our broth. Let's see here. JB's text says, am I under arrest or am I free to go? You are free to go, but that's going to look a little suspicious, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
JSBX fam, where's our beef boy? We're going to get beef out here at some point. I think we all know that adding cat footage or any type of animal footage will always get you more views, and I'm well aware of that. I've watched the views fall precipitously as roast beef has gotten older. Oh man. Okay. I think we're good. Computer, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Shit. I didn't do a timer again. I gotta remember that. So I'm sure it's been 3 minutes. So we're gonna stir in these tomatoes with their juices. I don't know why it feels like the need to add with their juices, of course. Next up, we are going to add the mushrooms. You may remember the mushrooms from several hours ago. And next up, we have our Italian seasoning. Now, I just found something that's literally just called Italian seasoning. This has oregano, basil, garlic, thyme, rosemary. Look at all of the different seasonings that you have.
All in one. All
Yeah.
in one special blend.
What kind of idiot is going to go out and just buy thyme, for example? Actually, I did just buy thyme for this.
I was gonna say there's a plate with thyme on it.
I have a new device. I'm not sure how it works, and maybe Chef Reactions has one of these and you can share. But have you seen one of these?
Oh, is that for like running
Apparently,
the stem of the herb through it?
yeah, apparently the herb, you can push it through this thing.
Right.
That didn't work.
No. You know, you want to like take the individual, like bust off
Oh, okay.
a single stick.
And there's different holes here.
Yeah, go through the smallest one, but like. No.
This is a little more complicated than they made it look in the ad.
Oh man.
Come on. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the whole thing through a smaller... You know what's ironic
No, you're
is...
supposed to like.
What do you do? That's probably fine.
So like, you know, if you. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I was gonna say something about it. You know what?
Go for it. Yeah, what do you...
I was I was gonna say that when you take time off the stem like that, you're supposed to like start at the top of the thyme sprig and then like pull down on it, so that you're kind of pulling the little individual leaves away, opposite the way they grow. But
I can't
or
fit
just
'em.
keep doing this, yeah.
Oh, actually, that was productive. Okay, I'm done with time, and I'm just gonna put this in there.
What about your canned tomatoes? Were you supposed to add the canned tomatoes
Yeah,
as well?
I'm expecting that to come up at some point. We're gonna have to put our chicken aside. Let's just stir all that in there, the seasonings and whatnot. It is smelling fucking good, though, I gotta say. Please.
Oh,
Okay, so it says allow. Broth has been reduced. Stir in tomatoes.
those peppers
Italian
are still
seasoning.
fucking raw. Holy
Balsamic vinegar. Okay, so here's the vinegar. Let's see how much of this there's got to be. So I've actually never worked in a restaurant like yourself.
Right.
But would you say that in terms of the general pace that I'm keeping as doing this, all the while trying to explain it at the same time, would you say that I'm up to snuff in terms of being able to work in a
No.
high stress cooking situation?
No, definitely not. But again, there's not all chefs are restaurant chefs, you know. Maybe you would be okay at a nursing home or something like that.
Yeah, something a little lower anxiety. Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be half a
Holy
tablespoon.
fuck, dude.
I used way too.
What, you got half a cup?
Yeah. So I'll deal with that later. I actually have a funnel for this very purpose. No, that's not it. Hold on a second. I have a thing.
Half a cup of balsamic is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was going to be... I'm glad I caught that. That's the kind of skill you have to have in the kitchen, you know. It's like...
For sure. Yeah, think on your feet. Always adapt.
Shit will go wrong, but it's how
Absolutely.
you handle it. I really wish I could find my funnel. But, geez Louise. It's one of the most important things I have. Ow! Come on. There's literally a funnel somewhere. Okay, I'm just going to take, it says 1/2 of a tablespoon. Big difference of balsamic vinegar. So let's try this again. So that's what you do, right? You just take a tablespoon and then put half of it in there.
Or you can use the 1/2 tablespoon spoon. That's
Okay.
probably also a part of that set. But either way.
Well, we just don't have time. Okay. So let's stir that a little more. Let's see what's happening here. Turn,
These peppers are still raw.
cook. Let the veggies soften. Garlic, aromatic. Stir in tomatoes, vinegar. Bring to a boil. Stack it for 10 minutes. Or boil it for 10 minutes. I don't know why I said stack. This is nice because it's got that chicken that was stuck on the bottom now floating around in it. There's got to be something good there, right?
Yeah. You know, I don't think enough people talk about your skill to take a 20-minute recipe and turn it into a 2-hour recipe. There is something.
Well,
there really is
there's
something there.
There's an explaining
Yeah,
factor.
no, it's.
I'm gonna find my fucking funnel. If it kills me, because otherwise I've got balls. Yeah, here it is. Okay, good.
Holistic chef.
Okay, here we go.
Uh,
So I want to demonstrate this. If anybody ever, and this happens probably once per recipe, you're going to pour way too much of one ingredient because you're going to mix up cup and tablespoon. Firmly affix your funnel onto the original container of whichever fluid you overspilled, and then just take this and it should work. It might take a little while for it to come down, but that's okay. We've got time. Computer, how much time left?
There are no timers.
Shit! Sorry, everybody. I forgot to do the timer. If you're watching this on the DVD after the fact, it'll be interesting to see how many minutes have transpired, but I'm going to guess it's been 1 minute. So let's go ahead and computer, set timer for 8 minutes. Let's
have you
see.
checked the pasta, Henry?
Oh yeah, we've got the water. Let's see how our funnel's doing. It's still not draining for some reason. I don't understand. Oh, it's just going really slow. It's a little like a coffee maker, it seems. Now it's going faster. There we go. Okay, we've saved our balsamic vinegar. This is a very expensive brand. You can tell because it's in Italian. It says Aceto Balsamico di Modena. That sounds like some high-class shit right there. Very nice packaging too. Okay, I feel good about that. Now you're right. Let's go ahead and put our pasta on. Overall, there's a lot of good smells happening here. We've got some boiling water, so let's take a look at this. I'll be using a Spaghetti from Anthony's, an American classic since 1927. So I guess pasta lasts a long time. All right.
Do you? Henry, do you season your pasta water or no? Do you put a little salt in there, or do you
I was always
not
told
bother?
that the salt is just going to rub off after the fact, so you're better off just putting it in. I don't know. Should I? I can.
I mean, I like to season my water, but yeah.
Okay, let's do it then.
It's up to you. I'm just trying to learn the process.
Let's see. Okay. And then do you do olive oil also?
Nope.
Oh, interesting. Sometimes
No.
I've seen that they do that. This says according to the package directions. So it says here, cooking directions. Bring to a rapid boil. Done. Salt if desired. Done. Yes and done. Measure and add pasta. Wait for reboil. Cook uncovered. Stirring occasionally. And they always do this. 10 to 11 minutes. But you and I know when they say that, they mean they want the number in between. So computer, what is the average between 10 and 11?
The average of 10 and 11 is 10.5.
So 10.5 minutes. Remove, heat, and drain. Okay, so I'm just going to make this for myself. So I'm going to just grab what looks like a solo amount of pasta. I think this is good. Computer, set timer for 10.5 minutes. And I was always told that you don't want to break the pasta, you want to let it hang. Is that right?
Yeah. In a couple of seconds, we're going to be able to use a spoon or whatever to get the remainder of the pasta into the water.
So this
So
is
you
a
wanna do
question, not for me, because I have some experience, but just for some of our users out there. What about the fact that now that you're not cooking the one that's sticking out, is that going to make it uneven?
Yeah, like I said, you're gonna want to get that in the water as soon as possible. Like now, you should be able to get that under the water, fully submerged. Motherfucker. Oh shit.
We did it, right? Okay. There's a couple stubborn ones. But I think for the most part we got it.
That thing does everything, huh? It really is a multi-use tool.
Oh yeah, this is probably the hardest working tool in your kitchen.
Fuck yeah, it's a
And,
workhorse, is what it is.
If the folks want to sponsor me, I am here and available. I'm gonna stir our
Yeah.
proverbial
Cat shit scooper companies, get at Henry.
Yeah. Okay. We've got an excess or a surplus of cutting boards here. Let's bring our main dish into the foreground.
Let's see it. Can't wait.
I'm gonna say this
Look at that.
for some of the regular viewers out there. I think you'd be proud of me right now because this
at colors.
smells fucking delish. Like it smells so good. Maybe your good luck, Chef Reactions, because we made a pretty good beef Wellington about a month ago.
Objectively.
Okay, yeah, Cat Tums is saying, when does the canned tomatoes go in? That's a good question. It's Kate X says, can we see your food and not the example picture, Henry? Ooh, that's a compliment because my food is looking as good as the example. So that's what we're gonna have at the end here. It's gonna be pretty sweet.
Oh wow. Hell yeah, can't wait.
So we're cooking this. Computer, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
What? How is that possible? I know I did it. Computer, set timer for 10.5 minutes.
10 minutes and 30
fuck.
seconds, starting now.
Okay.
You want to give that pasta a stir so it doesn't get all stuck together in there?
Yeah. But I also think I have a bigger problem.
Well,
Let's see here.
It's multitasking.
Yeah. That's good,
There-
but here's the problem.
there you
I'm
go.
suddenly not seeing crushed tomatoes.
I assume you're probably at the point right now where you could add the crushed tomatoes, crank the heat a little bit,
Yeah,
to bring it up to a.
this recipe is not well written.
It's basically a braised dish. Essentially, most braised dishes are the same process.
When it when it said stir in tomatoes, do you think it meant all the crushed tomatoes also?
Probably.
God.
Probably.
Well, I mean, that's stir in the tomatoes with their juices, so that's what they meant.
Yeah, it's never too late. We can just get it in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Let's
crank
go
the
ahead
heat
and
up
do
a
that.
little
I just
bit.
want to. I'm looking further in the recipe to see if maybe it comes up later. But no, thanks everybody. Yeah, no. Apparently this was supposed to go in a long time ago, and 28 ounces of it. So, my apologies. That was totally
So,
on me. I don't want.
Little tip for people in the chat, and I'm sure Henry, you already know this, so my apologies if I'm being redundant. But the little bit of leftover crushed tomato that's in the bottom of the can,
Yeah.
you just put a little bit of warm water in there and just swirl it around a little bit to release everything, and that way you're not wasting whatever's left there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm very anti-waste, so let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah, Henry, turn up the heat to at least like 700, 800.
Okay.
I had to like change the way I think of heat in my mind based off of your infrared.
Yeah. This
stove.
is so kind of a weird device. You think 800?
Probably, yeah. We'll go 800 for now. We can drop the temperature afterwards. There you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So allow the sauce to boil for 10 minutes uncovered, which we basically did. And
Not yet. No.
yeah, I fucked up and I didn't put any of the timers on. So I think we just have one general one going for 10.5 minutes at the moment. So we're going to have to sort of mathematically work backwards from that and see. We would guesstimate how long it's been on there and subtract that from 10.5 minutes. Computer, how much time left?
You have 7 minutes left on your 10-minute and 30-second timer.
Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to put the chicken thighs into this, along with any drippings. Do they just mean general drippings, or do they mean from the cooking?
I would assume from, yeah, like not like anal leakage or anything
Just
like
any
that. Like
any drippings at all?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
There we go. So let's talk a little bit. Once again, everybody, we're very happy here at Henry's Kitchen to have Chef Reactions. Chef Reactions has built up a huge following on the internet at large, but not quite as much on Twitch because you're new on there. But do you see it picking up a little bit over the last couple weeks or months?
Nope.
Okay.
I have a solid crew of the usual suspects that like to come through, and we have fun. It's just the same group of people, and it's a lot of fun.
There's nothing
and that's
wrong
cool.
with
I'm
that.
not like, yeah, it's I do it to blow off a little steam and watch. It feels like just a bunch of friends hanging out watching some old TV shows. So, and we're all usually high as a kite, so that helps too.
That's great. Well, that's what it is, really. I'm not much of a marijuana user, but I do partake of, sometimes I'll spike my coffee with a little bourbon, or maybe I'll put a beer out there, and
There you go.
You know what? You got to do something to get through the day, and if you're not into either of those mind-altering type things, you could just do cigarettes are good. I don't know.
Yeah, I smoke cigarettes.
I want to make
Gotta
sure that
quit
people
those.
don't. Also, health comes first, but then,
Health is always first.
keep all
Drugs
that stuff
second,
in
but
mind.
health first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheltered Dionysian says, how hard do you throw it at the wall to check doneness? I think I threw my shoulder out last week cooking spaghetti. Okay, so Sheltered Dionysian, what is that? What I've heard of that, throwing the pasta at the wall.
I usually just try a piece.
Okay.
Like I just usually just try some.
Yeah, that sounds
That's just
cleaner.
me. Speaking of which, do you want to check that?
The pasta?
You want to check that spaghetti? Yeah.
Let's take a look. We are really cooking now. We've got several burners going on. I think it's probably pretty good.
Why don't you try some? Try it.
It's very hot. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Mm-hmm.
That is hot. Let's try this. Tastes good to me. Think we're done?
There you go.
Yeah. Damn the timers.
Drain it.
All right, let's do a little straining action here. I've got...
Oh, the fucking scoop! Watch out for the scoop, Henry. The scoop is a little close to the to the open flame there.
Oh shit. Yeah, there's some burned plastic situation happening there. No good. I was wondering what that smell was. It was kind of cramping our style.
Fucking
Alright, I don't know where to put this.
burnt cat piss.
Wow, even the pan handle is hot. There's one in there, one stubborn one, of course. I don't like to waste.
I do dig the Henry body cam footage.
Yeah. Well, this is actually the phone. It's normally the roast beef cam. Boy, this is difficult. So if you're just tuning in now, I'm trying to get this piece of pasta out. Because I've always said waste not, want not. But it's stuck there. And it's very difficult. I'm just going to leave it. It's sacrificial. I'm just going to leave it. But we've got our pasta here. We'll set it on that. And, I think we're good. Put a little bit on that. And then... let's see what's happening now. Checking in. Computer set timer for 20 minutes.
Those crushed tomatoes, have that come to a boil? Have those come up
It
to
is
a boil?
boiling, yeah.
Sure. Let's get the chicken thighs back in there.
Oh, we're ready, huh? Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Now, in the Gordon Ramsay video I watched, he said something about how you want to put it in, lay it down away from you so that you don't splash.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Some kind of technique like that. Getting very minimal splashback, which I like. Especially if you're at a urinal. Okay. So now, let's take a look at what the directions say.
Weird.
Place the chicken thighs in the tomato sauce, along with any drippings from the dish. This should be the chicken should be largely immersed. That's one place that I didn't do. So let's immerse, or submerge is another word.
Yep.
completely immersed so that way it cooks, right? Because we never fully cooked this chicken.
Oh, I didn't forget. Don't worry.
Okay. There we go. Now, and I know you guys have questions, and I want to say, wait, computer, stop. I don't know what the hell that was. It says cook for another 15 minutes. Computers, set timer for 15 minutes. Munch Hotel.
You can drop the
What's that?
Henry. Drop the temperature a little bit. Drop it
Okay.
down to like. Drop the temperature down a little bit.
It goes 1 to
So
1100.
it just simmers instead of rolling boil. Put it at
Okay.
like 6.
I got it on 6. Good call. I want to thank Munch Hotel for cheering 200 bits. And says just a general shout out to pasta. Yeah, the pasta so far
Shout out pasta.
has worked out real well. Matt Dunno has resubscribed for 16 months and complimented my shirt. Gaming Jacob resubscribed. Do you do any gaming?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not on Twitch though. I suck, and I don't have the mental capacity to play games and interact with the chat. So I like to play games in my alone time.
It'd be fun to watch you play a game and do some commentary. I played a game called Stray, which was unbelievable. And
Oh, the cat game?
yeah. It was,
Yeah.
There was a lot to observe and take in and comment on, and it was a good time. I want to get back into games. So let's see here. There was another thing. I just want to go through a couple of the things in the recipe here. This is from FriskyNeighbors.com. This is an absolutely divine, family-friendly Italian dinner that I've made so many times. Just picture it. A big Dutch oven full of juicy, crispy chicken thighs swimming in a heavenly wine sauce with peppers and mushrooms. Divine, I tell you. It's a wonderful, comforting dish that feels a little bit fancy, but it couldn't be easier. So, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like there's a lot. It says here, can I use bone-in thighs? And the interesting part of that is I had an ex-girlfriend that was her nickname. Everyone type Forsen, my wife told me I couldn't make a car out of spaghetti. You should have seen her face when I drove pasta. Oh. I like that.
Hey.
I like what you did. You did something, and it worked. Jay Vergs says, so after starting the recipe at the same time, I've eaten it, cleaned up the kitchen. That can't be right. I have to have missed a step. But it was delicious and looked just like the photos. Where did I go wrong? Yeah, if you went that fast, you must have skipped something, because we're professionals and we're not even halfway done here.
What?
I don't think.
We gotta be halfway done.
Well, let's see.
Holy
There's a total of 12 steps, and we just finished number 8. So yeah, maybe 4 more. The next thing is we're going to remove the chicken to a chopping board if you want to dice it, but we don't want to dice it when it's cold. So we're going to serve them whole. So we get to skip a step. So now we only have 2 more, really. Season the sauce.
There you go.
With extra salt and pepper to taste. Should we do that now?
Nah, you can wait a little bit. That chicken is still
Still got a ways,
a little ways away from being cooked. Yeah.
Yeah. So are we going to be using the meat thermometer for this? Or are we just
No.
doing it al fresco?
Al fresco.
How
Knew
do you
a guy
know
named
when the
Al
chicken?
Fresco once.
How do you know if the chicken's done?
It's gonna start deteriorating. You'll know. Give it a couple more minutes. We'll check it together. At this point, you can just bust one open and see what it looks like.
Oh, okay. Well, let's give it a little more time here.
Yeah.
Return the chopped shredded chicken to the sauce. That's if we cut it. alternately serve the chunk. I think this is actually going to be done. We just serve it over the pasta. Like we're ready to
That's
start
it.
plating now. I think soonish.
Not yet. No. The chicken definitely still needs to cook.
Okay.
What's your? Let me ask you a question, Henry. Let me ask you something. What's your favorite dish that you've ever cooked? I'm curious.
Well, I'm starting to accumulate some of them. There was a dish where I sautéed shit-take mushrooms and combined it with asparagus, and I can't remember what I was doing that with, but that just those two items by themselves with some olive oil and salt and pepper, that was fucking delicious. And then I wound up screwing it up by putting it into some other monstrosity. But I've made creamed Thai coconut chicken thighs.
Yeah.
Which also was an ex-girlfriend's nickname. Sorry. Shit take mushrooms. I don't really know. It's really hard to pick your favorite dish. Like if you have kids, how do you pick your favorite kid?
Usually the least stupid one, I would assume.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I'd probably say definitely not my souffle, because that was pretty stupid. I think I made a pretty damn good omelet once. Oh, well, this is one.
Oh no, I don't think any of your recipes are stupid. I meant kids. I didn't mean
my Scotch egg. The Scotch egg was really good, and you know what? I'll hold my Scotch egg up to Gordon Ramsay's any day of the week, because I saw his video. As a matter of fact, that might be a thing that I'm going to do. I think I'm going to split screen, similar to what you do, of just my Scotch egg video from the YouTube.
Yeah.
And Gordon Ramsay, and hopefully they're both about the same amount of time, and just let people watch both of them. I would
fucking love to see you in the same room with Gordon Ramsay cooking for him. That I would be able to die a happy man if I ever saw that happen. That would be incredible.
Maybe we'll get to meet him. Can I ask? Because you're pretty huge on these platforms. Does he follow you?
Nope. No, he doesn't like me.
Well, he's in a whole other country, I guess. Yeah. Well, I've never met him. I mean, obviously, there's a chef code, where we all have to defend our chefs to the death. But I can't tell if he's a good guy or not. I liked Bourdain a lot. I was a big Bourdain fan.
Bourdain's incredible. From everything that I've heard, Gordon Ramsay is a fantastic human being.
Okay.
Despite whatever you see on television, I've heard from people who have met him and like have been on shows with him that he is a fantastic person. So I like some of the shit he says is ridiculous, obviously, and like shows like Hell's Kitchen, it's obviously cranked up. But I think it's not indicative of his full personality. Not to fucking be boring, but I think he's a nice guy.
Well, we have a tradition here in America where we like to get berated by British people for some reason. We had a show called The Weakest Link, which had a British host.
I remember that.
They would throw insults at Americans for being stupid, and we also have Simon Cowell, who insults people trying to do their art or act or whatever. And we have Gordon Ramsay, who yells at people with the F word about their food. I think that Americans are sort of like, what would you call it? The opposite of a dominant, a sub. We like in sadomasochism, we like to be beaten by people from the mother country, verbally.
Well, maybe.
What's the other guy?
Some people pay good money for that.
Piers something or other.
Piers Morgan.
I think that in America there's a reverence for the people across the pond, and we like getting yelled at them. It puts us in our place. It's Kate X says, you can keep Piers Morgan, Henry. We don't want him. Yeah, I never liked that guy.
Yeah,
Piers Morgan is a douche. Yeah, no, it sounds like Piers Morgan is sort of persona non grata in the culinary / Twitch world. But a lot of these people Lucini Zorat says the cat pooper scooper isn't heat proof. Oh, let's get the camera on roast beef here.
Yes.
He's
Beef, 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 beef.
He just woke up from his nap, so he's kind of angry. There he goes.
Hey, bud.
The camera might be making it look like he has an elongated body. Here, let's see here. He's very old.
Damn.
He's worked very hard throughout his life, especially helping us here at Henry's Kitchen with increasing viewership.
For sure.
He's got a tiny little bit of a shake, but he's still with us. He's about 20 years old. He's 19, going on 20.
No shit.
He's got something in his eye.
We love roast beef.
He's a good soldier. He's done very well, and now he's just sleeping. And I wish I had the lifestyle that he has. I almost do, except for every now and then I have to get up and fucking cook.
Yeah.
Munch Hotel,
And
what's going on with the eye? Has he been to the vet? Yeah, this has been going on for years and years. The vet says that it's, I think, allergies, actually. He's just got a little irritation there, but they don't have the same, we can't just put Visine or, Claritin or whatever. The best that we could do is we have a shot that he takes for his arthritis, which he may or may not be benefiting from. I can't ask my cat, hey, do you feel better, after taking this thing for $150?
Right.
And I think that's kind of how the scam works.
Yeah.
One time I had somebody door to door, somebody showed up to my door saying that I'll give you your cat's intelligence quotient for a fee. And so I said, sure. And so it was $300, but she said that roast beef was actually a very smart cat. And she didn't let me see what was happening, actually. She said it was
I feel like that's more of an IQ test for humans than it is for cats.
Yeah. Dark Redder says he's an orange cat. He can't be smart. Ooh. Throwing some shade at the tabbies. Sergeant Dadkin says he's almost old enough to drink. That could help. Yeah. Well, computer, how old is 19 years in cat years?
19.
A 19-year-old cat is considered to be 93 years old in human years.
Yeah.
This is because cats age at a faster rate than humans, and their lifespan is generally shorter. Therefore, when we translate a cat's age from its lifespan to human years, it is estimated that a 19-year-old
computer, stop. In the no shit category, cats have smaller lifespans than humans. Although, it depends on which humans you're talking about. Rock stars, for example, have similar lifespans to domesticated animals in real human years. You've heard of the 27 Club. That's still longer than a cat, I guess. Okay, how are we doing on this? Should we see what's up?
I'd check it. I would check the chicken for sure.
Okay, so let's go ahead and check the chicken. Not to be confused with choking the chicken. Alright, so what do I do? How do you check it? Check it how?
Yeah, you can just cut one of them in half, Henry,
Get way
at this
in
point.
there. So you don't use a meat thermometer, huh?
I mean, for a braised dish, typically not, but
okay. Is that what this is? We're braising?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's done.
You think it's
But
done?
I need to see inside.
I'm
watching this on like the not best quality feed. Like
okay.
it doesn't like on my end, so it's kind of
well,
tough.
if there's
for me
any
to see.
chefs in the chat, I'm gonna cut this in half.
It's like watching surgery. Someone said.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put this on a plate.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna zoom in real good. How do we feel about this?
I don't know.
Shouldn't I? I feel like I should use the meat thermometer.
Sure.
I just don't want to get salmonella.
Right. But if you're going to use a meat thermometer, make sure you're testing a piece that's not inside the pan at the current time.
That's not what?
Like, that's not in the pan. So that piece that you have on the plate,
okay,
that's the
do
piece
it with
that
that
you want to...
Let's do this. This is a meat thermometer, not a candy thermometer. Although I think they're similar. I think I'm done with my candy making days. I want to screwing up my plumbing. Okay.
You burn your skin off too. Okay, not all the way through.
You don't put it all the way
about
through?
In the middle. Not all the way through, no. About halfway through.
Doesn't
Well, you want to read the temperature of the center of the piece of meat. Yeah, it's not ready.
It's not ready, huh? Okay, so well that's good. You know what? That's just as well because I have a little ditty that I have to do. I've never done an episode of this show without doing this ditty. So I'm gonna do it now. Maybe I'll cover this.
I was just about to say.
Oh, good. It. So that'll cook it faster, right?
Well, it'll contain the heat.
Not sure how that works. So when I started this Twitch channel, 2 years ago now, it was just a little tiny operation with maybe 1,000 subscribers. And now here we are 2 years later, and I've got 400 subscribers.
Hell yeah.
Actually 421 subscribers. So we're getting real close to that magical 420 number there that we see.
You went over it. Like Price is Right.
One of the reasons I do like to shout people out, like for example, Charlie Kelly subscribed at tier 1. Thank you, Charlie Kelly. Four Wheelers subscribed and says, Henry, I cooked some spaghetti and potato salad and it looked just like you made it. I only got a little bit of blood on my apron. Yeah, you got to watch the knives. And Munch Hotel. But anyway, I guess what I'm saying is gratitude is important. People have subscribed. They've gifted me incredible things. And I want to give back. And the only way I can give back right now is by dedicating this song to not only the technical advisors, but also the folks that run the Discord so well, and also our amazing moderators. Our moderators just came forward to volunteer right from the very beginning and over the last couple of years. I also have these major streamers that did reaction videos to the Henry's Kitchen YouTube videos that gave us an audience. Also these tier 3 subscribers and so many others. And you too, Chef Reactions. I'm going to incorporate you into this song here. It's just a song of gratitude. And
appreciate that.
One more time, Chef Reactions has a Twitch channel, and you should definitely become a part of that. It's just literally, do they do the @ on Twitch, or is it just Chef Reactions? Or is
Yeah,
it
it's
at
twitch.tv/chef reactions.
Oh,
At Chef Reactions on all other platforms.
It's Kate X just posted, yeah, Chef Reactions. So check that out.
Thank you.
Blood Snail, is Chef Reactions going full time on Twitch since TikTok is banned? If TikTok is banned, it hasn't happened here yet, but I would think Instagram would be your backup there.
Yep.
But anyway, it's yeah, it's very controversial as in terms of whether or not that's meaningful or not. But there's a Henry's Kitchen TikTok too, if you guys want to check that out. I'm just trying to grow it. I'm putting videos. I'm starting to shoot the YouTube videos so that I can take a cropping of it and put it on TikTok vertically. So I'm all in. Okay. So you can hear me, you can see me. This is a song to the tune of Jose Suicidio's Help Me that goes out to everybody, and I hope you enjoy it. Floccan and Dingo Bob, Dom Beef, Hot Bear 1110, Do Dingle Dog Goggle, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, also Shane, yes, Beelzebub, Mochi's Nirvana. It's Kate Kairosa, Daisy Blossom, Sir Doom, Bumble Vision, the LGX, Pilskman, Melon 95, Nim Forsen, Moon XQC, Amaru, S-Band, Bonnie 2, and don't forget Quanto, and also Chef Reactions.
Oh shit.
See how nuanced this song gets?
Yeah.
Ransom GR,
So
ICJ Frog, Freezy Frog, Pancake King 2, Cat Food Taste Tester, Passion Error, Archmage Kale, Mochi's Nirvana, Sickly Boy. Oh shit. I have a problem with the straps for these guitars. Sickly Boy, Hot 134, G, Essity Test, Moa Melody, E-Lake _ Sexy Daddy 420. We might have to audit this tier 3 list because it's getting really long. See if anybody's jumped off. Johnny Pump 22, the Chironex, Denosaur, Nico Tezo, Henry Philippopoulos, Shandis 2, Gayfish 69, Computer Help, Maros _ Nella Wallen, Purple Donut filling its fruit, Parasitosis, Saguaro, Ooh, Zodbane, Toke My Nuts, Game Master, Flash, Gary Busey, ASMR. Zodiac Tone, Beelzebub, Handlips 1, Computer Please Fart for Me, Burrito 55555, Everyone Type Force, and Nova Glarian. Tankard and Borsonvin, Ella with JV's Tech, Clap Your Head, Bill Larkin Music, and Chef Reaction.
Oh, twice. Oh shit.
There we go. Okay,
Big
I think
finish,
this shit's
dude.
gotta
Bravo.
be. Yeah, thank you. It's gotta be ready. Like
Oh yeah, that shit's done.
I really just want to.
Whether it's cooked or not
is
irrelevant, but it's done.
It.
It's definitely done. For
Computer,
sure.
how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
I don't know why. I thought I had a timer. Does that mean? Hold on. Oh yeah, the pre-roll is on. So I missed the little moment there for our ad. I'm gonna go ahead and do an ad, and we're gonna plate this and we're gonna taste it. So here we go. 3-minute ad, and when you come back, it's gonna be plated and tasted. Okay. So people should be seeing the ad now. Okay, here we go. I don't want people to miss anything. Maybe this is a good time to see if there's any questions. WikiTBH How do we get our name up on the fridge? That's from being a tier 3 subscriber. And there's a page right down there on the bottom that's got your name written on it. I mean, it doesn't literally have your name written on it. But it would
Not yet.
if you were a tier 3 subscriber. Noah Esquire says Henry swims with the river bison. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's a code. River bison means the reverb is on, but we don't want anybody to know that they're telling me that. So there we go. Blood Snail says, if you have your guitar on TikTok, do you show your face and strumming or the fingers since you can't fit it all? Well, you could do a really wide shot, or you could do it at an angle. I think there'd be a way to do that, but remember, cooking is my first love. Music is just something that I do while I'm waiting for stuff to cook. Torton Official says, did you start the placenta yet? No, we realized that I was pronouncing it wrong. It's called, what was it, polenta?
Polenta. Yeah.
Polenta, yeah. So that was a misnomer on my part. Placenta, it turns out. Well, computer, what is a placenta? Computer doesn't really want to answer that. Computer, what is a polenta?
Here's how What's Cooking America describes polenta. Polenta is the Italian word for cornmeal. This greeny yellow flour is a type of cornmeal made from ground maize, which is cooked into a kind of porridge with a wide
Computer,
variety
stop.
of-
Computer, what is a placenta? I don't even think I really know. Computer just does not want to answer that question.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well,
Have anybody in the chat, any ladies in the chat, given birth? Because I just found out, literally, I'm 40 years old. I just found out that after the baby is born, you have to like give birth to the placenta as well. Like you have to like pass the. Is that true? Is that real shit?
you give birth to also the placenta. Well, we should
Like
ask Quanto, because not only is he a technical expert, but he also is breeding a family as we speak. It's Kate X says that's true.
Damn.
Nella Wallen says, I think they scoop it out, probably with one of these. Okay, everybody. I think it's time.
Oh, fuck.
I think it's time. So it's time to plate.
Oh, shit. Yeah, let's plate it up.
Let's do this. I'm going to turn off
This dish is going to look like placenta.
Yeah, we're going to turn that thing off. Now it's all nice and quiet. I have no space here. I just want, if anybody wants to see a backstage look at what the typical kitchen looks like here. Help me make it through the night. I mean, there's
Hell
so
yeah.
much shit here.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we really made a huge mess.
Yeah.
Here.
Again, people in the chat, if you're cooking at home, clean as you go.
Yeah, that seems to be the theme of the day. All right, so I'm gonna try to start by plating our pasta onto a plate. Now you can plate it onto a plate, or you can bowl it onto a bowl. That's called bowling. So let's just put that.
It's not.
Let's put this here. I don't have surface space at this point, so I'm literally holding this. So the
That
pasta,
spaghetti's cold as fuck too. It looks like a bird's nest.
yeah, the pasta kind of came out as sort of like a muffin or something. It's just sort of like a big unit, a monolith. Okay, so now what happens? How do we do this? Do we serve it over pasta? Let's see what it says here. FriskyNeighbors.com. The Gordon Ramsay famous kitchen cacciatori. Serve over hot pasta. Well, we already blew that, but rice, placenta, vegetarian noodles topped with a generous tablespoon of sauce and a sprinkling of parsley or parmesan. I have those items. So hold on. I have to figure out how to deal with all this stuff. We just have altogether too much shit going on here. All I need is some space. Here we go. Now I can finally sort of see clearly what's happening here. All right, so do you ever flare out your pasta like this to fit the outsides of the dish before you serve it to your customers?
No, you want to have some what's referred to as negative space in the on the plate there. You want to have
really?
want to have the entire yeah. It's more pleasing to the eye.
Oh,
allegedly.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's talk about plating because I want this to be restaurant friendly. I mean, we can all make food for ourselves at home and they'll come out however it is, but plating is something you have to do for the customers.
Yeah.
So you would say, like, for example, don't stack up 100 tomatoes on a thing like this so that when somebody opens it, it's going to overflow all over the place.
I think it was upside down, but although the label was on the top, so that's very confusing.
Yeah,
so I'm with you on that.
I feel like I got pranked on that. Let's go ahead and grab our. I'm going to use a.
That's the tomato equivalent of that old, like, remember when, like, this is fucking for old people, but like you would get like a can of peanut brittle.
Oh yeah.
And then all the like the snakes would jump out.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened. I said Jack in the Box, which is even older, but yeah, the same type of thing. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna use a slotted spatula for this. I'm gonna try to get some of that chicken in here. And
getting sauce out with a slotted spatula is gonna be tough.
Yeah. This is not proving to be easy. Yeah, you want to shake out that sauce, right?
Yeah. You could just grab no, you don't. You want the sauce.
You do want the sauce for this. Okay, so maybe slotted is not the way to go on this. Wow, that was a hot tomato. So what would you use? Maybe that? No, that's not going to work.
I would use like a no, not that. No, not that. Like just like a larger spoon, perhaps.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
That doesn't, without any holes in it.
There we go.
Nothing too deep. Not like a ladle or anything.
Well.
Okay, that's a ladle, but that'll work too.
Well, yeah, it's just not going to catch the chicken. But oh shit, we didn't do any salt and pepper. Should we do that now? Or we kind of did on the chicken. I don't know.
Kinda.
Okay, these items are plastic, so should I leave them in the cooking thing or?
Henry, fuck, both times I've been on here, you've made like pretty decent, relatively decent dishes.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I will say there's a little bit of extra pressure when you've got a fellow chef watching you.
Look at that. Damn.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at our example pick. And obviously, I don't like to look at the examples because they always kind of they have like Photoshop and AI and a big.
Let me know when you switch over to the example picture so I have a point of reference.
Yeah. I mean, well, this is mine. Just if anybody's getting confused out there. Yeah,
I see no difference.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
I see no difference. That's the same picture.
This is the Cacciatori.
Kitchen
As made famous by Gordon Ramsay. I don't know if it was invented by him. It sounds Italian. He might be Italian. Those Italians can sometimes have blonde hair. And Hank Boozle wants bowling tips. No, that's for a different time. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and
try it, Henry.
give this sucker a shot. I'm going to try to get a bite. I want everybody to see what kind of bite I'm working on here. Now, you'd probably serve this.
Be careful with that tomato.
Oh yeah, looks like
that's a hot grenade of.
Oh yeah.
Of tomato.
Okay, there's our chicken, and I'm going to try to get some of this pasta on there. That's going to be impossible. How do you get the pasta and the chicken? That seems like a fool's errand. Okay, I'm going to just do this.
We're going to have to check in with Henry in like 8 to 12 hours after eating this. And
I think it tastes good. I'm not going to say it's great because I've had like Chef Boyardee that for some reason tastes better. I think there's probably not a lot of... did we do any herbs? Yeah, we did thyme and Italian seasoning. Maybe I didn't do enough. We didn't do salt and pepper. I think I'm going to do that now. That might help. Oh! There's also this. Grated Parmesan cheese. Maybe this is going to make all the difference.
Oh, the good stuff too, huh?
Yeah, let's see. I hope this is still good. Used by, and then it's too small to read. Something 23.
Oh, good.
Okay. Let's try it again. I don't know. Do you normally serve this with a paring knife, I guess?
Not a paring knife. Paring knife is used
something to cut the chicken with. Okay, I'm gonna try this one.
Just a knife. But I mean, chicken cacciatori, more because it's braised, more often than not, you can just use a fork to. Oh, that's a big one. You're going in, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I see what you're saying.
The eyes, yeah.
It cuts. Yeah, salt and pepper improved it, and so did the grated Parmesan. It's fine. I think it's fine. I'm not going to say it's amazing, but
we love a self-aware chef. You know, it's there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. I say that to everybody. I live by that myself. Every time I make something, I try to make it better and faster than the last time that I made it.
I'm going to, just for fun, use our meat thermometer again.
Oh, it's at this point, it's definitely just for fun.
Let's see. This is usually something you would do after. Oh, yeah. No, this is... Well, this one's been out for a while, but if I do it in here, find a chicken. Yeah, it's like one.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I think we're good. So I just like to make sure I'm not getting some kind of salmonella. We have a little bit of a mishap happening here.
No. I mean, you might get that parasite that all Brazilians have from the cat piss that's on that scooper, but not much you can do about.
Yeah, but there's no way you can avoid that because eventually you're going to be reusing your utensils for every type of dish.
Toxoplasmosis, yeah, that's what it's called. There you go.
It's going to be a nice lunch, and I'm happy with it. I'm going to call it a success. Now, Boris and Vin donated $4.20. Let's see.
Hell yeah, 420. Ooh, it just passed.
Maybe check your temp as a baseline. Yeah, maybe like as a minimum, you think? I'm not really sure. Big Nesky says, I can taste it. The piss, that is. Yeah, I think you're talking about this utensil that I've been using. I don't know. I just sort of found it in this area in the living room that's kind of near.
Oh, hi.
The luge.
Near what, Henry?
The luge just gifted. Wow, this is great.
Luge.
The luge just
Shout out
gifted
the Luge.
5 tier 1 subs. That's incredibly awesome of you, the luge. Thank you very much. Good to see you on here. We've been trying some different stuff. So now, can we get a trademark rating from you, chef reactions on this dish? And by the way, I don't want you to mistake it with the one that was the example.
The original one? Right.
You can be honest.
Again, I grade on a sliding scale.
Okay.
So like it's what I give this might not necessarily apply to something else. For you, Henry,
Yeah.
it's a 7 out of 10. I'll give that a 7 out of 10.
Okay. You know what? I'll take that. If I'm not mistaken, that's a C minus, and I was always happy with that. Everyone type Forson. His name is Henry, not Caitlin. Maybe that's part of a conversation that's also going like a sub conversation. Okay. Well, I'll take a 7. Hobby 8 says C.
I would try it. Somebody asked if I would try it. I would also try it.
Okay.
I would be honored to try Chef Henry Phillips's food. It would be an honor, you know. I've been fortunate enough to eat, you know, I've eaten a meal prepared by Grant Achatz. I've eaten a meal prepared by some very famous chefs.
Wow.
But it would be a true honor to eat a meal prepared by you, Henry. It would be really great.
Well, we're going to have to make that happen sometime. This is great. I really appreciate you coming on the channel and hanging with me, chef to chef.
I love it.
That should be
chef
our hashtag.
To chef.
For
That's
these.
hashtag chef to chef with the number 2.
Yeah. Emphasis on the number 2. And then also, do you want to try this next month? You know?
Fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's make it a recurring
Awesome.
thing. Why not?
Yeah, because you're pushing
As long
me
as
to the next level. I mean, we've made beef Lexington, and then we're also doing now this
Lexington.
kitchen Cacciatori, and like we've had some really serious, like the Mount Everest.
It's the mark of a true chef is to take the motivation from another and use that to propel themselves into a state better than they were before. So I applaud you, Henry,
Absolutely.
for being on a journey of personal growth. You know.
Thank you, and I want to say to the people out there, if your dish while you were cooking along here came out like shit, don't worry. I still, after cooking for 13 years, I have dishes that I do that I want to throw them away.
It happens to the best of us.
They come out like shit. But you just got to keep on plugging away because, you know, at the end of the day, cooking is really a battle that we do against ourselves. Really. It's not a competition.
Henry, next time, let's try something next time.
Yeah.
Next time I'll give you the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna pick the recipe, and I'll tell you what all the ingredients that you need, and then I'll talk you through the recipe, and we'll do it that way, and we'll see what comes out at the end.
Okay. Well, that's a done deal. All right.
I will
everybody.
only tell you what you need. I won't tell you any steps. I won't give you the recipe. I'll just tell you the ingredients that you need.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
And then I have to fend for myself when it comes to how many tablespoons or whatever. Beelzebub says, I love that idea. She's one of our main users. But Sukoi.
Good. Yeah. Chat. Tell us if that's a good idea,
The
because I'm full of
friskiest.
stupid ideas. So let us know if it's good.
The friskiest of recipes. Ashford's Fall says, no pushing 10 spices, though. Fuck Big Spice. Yeah, no, I've got people pretty angry about this situation, and I think rightfully so. Today we
What's
used...
that?
Well, like today we used Italian blend. It's got thyme, basil, oregano, garlic. Everything is in here. Here I am like an idiot going out and buying thyme, and then we had all that messing around that we had to do. I could have just gotten this one thing, but the thing is, these companies that produce herbs and spices don't want you to know about this, because look at that. I would have had to buy 10 different jars and spent who knows how much money on that.
Yeah.
Instead,
you
I got
see
it
right
all
through
in one
it.
thing. And there's also a thing that a lot of chefs don't know about. It's called allspice, and it's literally got all the spices in it. So you got
Henry.
Yeah.
Henry, you've been green pilled. You've been green pilled. You see right through it. And if you keep talking if you keep talking about allspice, the guild is going to come after you. So you got to be careful who you tell about allspice. You got to you might go to turn on your car one day and.
Yep. Fair enough.
Just a warning, chef to chef.
Yeah, no, these industries are huge, and they're making so much money, and I just they're probably people that work for Twitch undercover watching us right now, and just in a dark room, and
they're always
talking
undercover.
about like, what should we do about this guy? And then the other guy's like, well, everybody thinks he's joking half the time, so maybe this could be that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It gets very meta, but all right, man. Great hanging with you again.
Thank you.
And
thanks, Henry. Appreciate it. Love being here.
And I want to say thanks so much to all of you awesome audience members. We have 392 viewers right now. That's close to 400. That's pretty damn good.
Henry, if I may, shout out to all like my people are here. Shout out to all my people. I love all my people that are in my chat. Shout out to your chat as well. Everybody's been very kind and cordial to me. Really appreciate it. Everybody's super nice. A lot of really funny fucking comments. So just further perpetuating that the Twitch crowd is very much so the best crowd. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I agree, man. And when are you streaming next?
Normally I do Monday with Wednesdays and Fridays. This took the place of my Wednesday stream, so it'll be Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, twitch.tv/chef reactions.
All right. Awesome, man. Thanks again. And I'll see everybody on Sunday, and we'll do some more raids on you and see what's going on your channel.
Rock and roll. Thanks, Henry.
Thanks, everybody.